As many tablet PC users have noticed, interacting with the traditional point-and-click interface can be a struggle. Since it does not use the stroke, which is the natural mode of interaction with the pen, the point-and-click interface restricts the interaction to a series of discrete steps. For example, changing the attribute of the pen tip requires many different steps. In this video, we are presenting a new interface based solely on crossing. In our application, named Crossy, basic interaction steps are strokes made across crossing widgets. These steps can be fluidly composed, as here, when we select the color and width of the pen in one stroke. Like in the classic interface, the basic element is a button. Here, we see our tool palette with its 5 buttons. To activate a button, we simply cross it from right to left. Other kinds of buttons are provided as well. For example, to select the characteristics of a pen, we open the pen dialog box, which shows several radio buttons. Radio buttons in Crossy are activated by crossing them from right to left. As shown here, the layout of our windows makes it easy to select several attributes in a single stroke. In our application, the left and bottom borders of dialog boxes are used to validate the selection, while the top and right borders are used to cancel the selection. This makes it easy for the user to call the dialog box, select the parameters, and validate in one stroke. We also feature the equivalent of a checkbox, as shown here, to set the attributes for the stroke rendering. Several options can be selected at once by crossing them vertically. When only one selection is needed, the user can select checkboxes by crossing them horizontally. Our system provides other types of classic widgets, such as the slider. In our brush palette, we use 2 sliders to set the color and width of the stroke. To pick a width and color, the user may simply cross at the required position on the slider. Again, several parameters can be selected in the same stroke. Like the other elements of our interface, the File Open dialog box uses crossing as the principal interaction mechanism. In this interface, the user uses the pen to move up and down in the file list. When the desired directory is selected, another movement to the right moves into that directory. To select a prefix, the user strokes the blue line to the right. To undo that prefix, or to move backwards in the directory tree, the user can cross the blue line to the left. Selecting a file and crossing to the right selects and opens that file. Different gestures on top of a crossing element can result in different actions. Our scroll bar, for instance, allows users to move to a specific location on the document by simply crossing the scroll bar at that position. After crossing the bar, the user can continue adjusting the position with varying gain. Also, the user can move one page up or down using different gestures. It is also possible to repeat the last movement by simply crossing the bar a last time. A crossing interface such as Crossy makes it easy to compose several commands in the same stroke. To illustrate this feature further, we will now demonstrate Crossy's search and replace function. One first selects the target width and color in the upper panel, and then selects the replacement attributes in the lower panel. Crossing allows the user to compose these actions in one gesture. We can now search for an item and replace it. For the next item, we can decide to change the replacement value. With a slightly modified gesture, the user can search without replacing, or undo replacements. Consistent with Crossy's other dialog boxes, we dismiss the window by crossing on its left border. In this video, we have presented Crossy, a new application which relies solely on crossing. We have shown how designers might leverage the crossing paradigm to let users compose several commands in one stroke. We believe that this type of interaction will be well suited to pen-based interactions either on a tablet or whiteboard computer.